Hey guys, Lorena Magana here with NewFilmmakers Los Angeles. Today, I'm talking to director Emily Ting about her film, The Distance Between. Let's take a look at a clip from the film.
Between is a really sweet and earnest love story about two roommates who are secretly in love with each other but are too scared to voice their feelings. But today might be the day that they finally get their courage.
This was a collaborative work. How did you guys come up with the concept behind this film?
Christopher Tillman wrote this really lovely script. And I had actually met Christopher on the sets of my feature, The Kitchen, that I was producing last year. He had a really small role in the movie, and he approached me on the set of The Kitchen and was like, you know, I wrote this short that I really want you to take a look at and see if you might be interested in directing. And at the time, I was in production mode. So I was like, you know, I'm deep in production. I really don't have time. You know, talk to me later. But the weekend we wrapped on the feature, I took it out of my computer. I read it. I was like, oh my God, this is such a lovely story. And I called him up right away. I was like, you know, are you still looking for a director? I would love to be a part of this. And unfortunately, he already gave the job away to someone else. But I met with him and I sort of pitched him my ideas. And just really sort of fought for the chance to direct this story. And luckily, he, you know, gave me a second chance, and I was able to sort of put my visual stamp on this story. And Chris actually got the inspiration for this story from, I think, a website where people post their secret thoughts. And he has seen a post where someone was saying, you know, I'm secretly in love with my roommate, and you know, every day I leave the bathroom door just a little bit so that he could come in and join me. So just a little bit of a hint. So he sort of took that secret post and wrote the story around it.
You have two very well-known actors in your film. How were you able to get them to sign on for this?
The Distance Between had Amber Stevens and Andrew J. West from Greek, which was on ABC Family for 5 seasons. And Greek was actually one of my favorite shows that I watched religiously for all 5 seasons. I actually met Amber Stevens through The Kitchen, the feature that I was producing last summer. She had a supporting role in the film. And I just really enjoyed working with her. And when Christopher handed me the script, the first person I thought of was Amber. Because not only is she a good actress, she's also just, she's just the nicest person and just so good to work with and just such a sweetheart. And I knew I wanted to work with her again. So we had casted Amber first, and right away she read the script. She's like, this is so adorable, I would love to be a part of it. So once she was cast, we were trying to look for the male lead, and we're like, well, we need someone, you know, who she would have good chemistry with. And it just so happens that Andrew played her boyfriend on the series Greek. And he actually ended up doing, his character actually ended up doing some really bad things to her character on the show, and they ended up breaking up. I didn't know at the time that they were also a real life couple off of the show. Until actually Andrew came to visit Amber on set one day on The Kitchen. I was like, wait, that's your boyfriend on the show? She's like, yeah, that's my boyfriend in real life too. So it just became a no-brainer. It's like, oh, you know, they're a real life couple, they have real chemistry, they had chemistry on screen, and actually when their characters broke up, you know, there were a lot of fans that were disappointed. So I thought this could be my way of giving back to sort of the Greek fans by reuniting the two characters in this, you know, love story and kind of redeem his character a little bit because he cheated on her on the show, and I think a lot of fans, you know, never forgave him for that. And this just to show you, I mean, we live in Los Angeles. I mean, we are surrounded by great actors. And at first, before I approached Amber, you know, I wasn't sure if she would be willing to do a short. You know, because it's a short, it's not a feature, it's not glamorous, it's not a TV show. But if the material is good, they will want to be in your movie. So that's actually one of the advices that I would love to give to sort of new filmmakers is just, you know, don't be afraid to approach your dream cast. The worst they could do is say no, and more times than not, they will say yes if they love the material. So don't ever assume that, you know, a TV actor will never do a short film, because they really will. And they've been darlings in helping to promote the film. They've been coming to all the screenings and, you know, posting about it, and they're very proud of their work, you know, in the project.
Time's no left.